fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. A teacher was eating her lunch in her empty classroom when all of a sudden through the door came a little boy. He ran into his seat that was covered with wood. He put his face down on his wooden desk and his shoulders heaved with sobs. The teacher went over to him. "Why, whatever is the matter, honey?" Looking at his tousled brown hair falling down and the desk beginning to be wet with tears. And he looked up and he said, "The big boys, they told me I was stupid. They told me I should get off the playground. They told me I didn't belong there." That teacher was me. What should I do? I knew that most kids get bullied sometime during their time at school, and this was just a first grader. He was going to need some strength or some skills if he was going to cope. Bullies often repeat their bullying to the same people who are vulnerable. We all like to be winners, right? And when somebody sees a vulnerable person, some children with no self-esteem love to come and say, "I'm better than you are, I can be powerful over you, I can dominate." Some see that at home, and some just do it just because they can. But at any rate, what should this child do? If he continued to be bullied, he could face depression, anxiety, extra fears. It can go on into adulthood, and he could have psychological problems and physical problems. I was no stranger to bullying. I was an outgoing and happy child, but then things started to get stressful. We moved 3 times. We changed schools 3 times. The last school that I ended up in, the teacher yelled at us every day during class, and at night my head would be filled with sounds of her yelling. She gave us homework, 5 or 6 subjects a night. And not only that, but my family grew. My mom had 4 children in 5 years, and I was suddenly thrust into a parent role from a child's role. And because I was so stressed out, I sat stiffly in my chair and cried over anything that happened. And of course, the dominant people came over, threw erasers at me, threw pen pieces, spit wads, lots of rubber bands, called me ugly, called me a mummy, called me Long John, everything that they could possibly think of to get me to cry some more so they could feel the power. Well, I overcame that. And now I was sitting in this classroom with this little boy, and I wanted to share with him what I learned. 3 questions that may be able to help other children as well. So the first thing I asked him had to do with truth. Is it true what they said? That you're stupid? You don't belong on the playground? You'll never amount to anything. Is that true? He said, "No, that's not true." Now, he could have said yes. And if he had said yes, then possibly he had some psychological problems and should have gone to a counselor or something where he could work through that. But he said, no, none of that's true. The next question has to do with responsibility. And I asked him, well, who said these words? Did you say them? He said, no, those big boys said that. I said, you mean it didn't come out of your mouth? He said, no, it came out of their mouths. And I said, well, then it must be in them in order for it to come out of their mouths. They must have something in them. If it didn't come out of your mouth, it's not in you. It must belong to them. And he said, oh, I guess you're right about that. And his chest puffed out because he had done nothing wrong. And he felt a little bit better about himself. The next question I asked him was concerning I said, can you forgive those people? Let them go. Don't expect them to give you anything. Not kindness, not an apology, anything. Just let them go. You know, when we carry unforgiveness, it hurts us, but it doesn't hurt the person who did it to us. If anybody should be punished, they should, but we are punished by holding that unforgiveness inside of ourselves, right? So if we could just let them go, then we will be free of that, and we don't have to carry that around. And he said, yes, I think I could just forgive them and let them go. I said, you never know why they did that. Maybe they're hurting inside. Maybe they have a hard time at home. You never know. Maybe they never learned to be nice. And he said, that's true. I'll be a little more compassionate. And so he didn't use those big words, but he just said, yes, I'll understand. And then I asked him if he was a Christian, and he said yes. And I said, would you like to pray for that people? And he said, yes, let's pray for them. So we prayed that they would have a gentler heart, that they would be more understanding, and that they would feel better about themselves. And after that, he looked up with his big blue eyes and said, I'm so glad you were here today. So 3 things that may help your son, your daughter, you at work, yourself. Truth. What's the truth? Number 2, who's responsible? And number 3, can you forgive them and let them go? Mrs. Costa.